Hey everybody, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with your man AD. Let's get right into these stories. The entire hip-hop community is still processing the death of King Von, who was shot outside of an Atlanta hookah lounge last week. Shortly after, Lil Durk reportedly deactivated his Instagram account. Durk and Von came up together in Chicago, and Durk played a heavy hand in Von's success and moving to Atlanta. According to Atlanta police, 3 people were killed, including King Von, after a confrontation ended in gunfire early Friday morning. The shooting suspect, 22-year-old Timothy Leaks, is in police custody at an Atlanta hospital and faces a felony murder charge in King Von's death. Lil Durk, Asian Doll, and others, including 42 Doug, Gunna, NLE Choppa, Lil Baby, Polo G, G Herbo, YG, Drake, pretty much everyone involved in hip-hop posted on social media over the weekend to mourn King Von with prayers and heartbreaking tributes. R.I.P. Okay, so the latest breaking news that we have on this whole King Von situation is basically that Asian Doll put out a narrative. She actually showed some of her final texts from King Von that apparently were sent out after he got shot or at some point during this whole brawl, and she basically tried to make the assumption or the statement that his team or some people around him basically left him at one point, and that was ultimately the reason why this situation went down. And we've actually seen a statement put out there by Track, his manager, who also got hit in this whole confrontation, and he's saying that she's actually not accurate in that at all.
You know, the thing is that everybody's going to have assumptions. They're going to say whatever they feel they seen. That guy got shot, you know what I mean? He was there. He knows it really happened. Until he says otherwise, I don't know what anybody else can say to make any sense, obviously.
So this is a statement from Track on Instagram. Let one more person from the outside that's close to Von keep on with all this goofy shit. I promise I'm gonna expose all that goofy shit because I was there and I got shot behind this. Y'all stop blaming people. Y'all don't even know what happened or who was involved. Y'all see one camera angle and y'all think y'all figured it out, and that goes for ex-girlfriends, family, or whoever. So the kind of crazy thing about this for me is that this dude Track, who got shot, I'd known him for a while, and when I first met him, he was telling me about YNW Melly because he was Melly's manager as well. And I mean, it's pretty incredibly sad that he's had basically 2 major artists under him as a manager, and that the Melly situation turned out like it turned out, and then the King Von basically got murdered in front of him. I mean, it really, like, when you think about it in terms like that, it's pretty unbelievable the shit that we deal with as rap fans and how common this has become, just having people end up in situations like this.
Yeah, man, too, you know, just growing up in the hood, man, you see things like this all the time, you know what I mean? And it's messed up because I don't think there's ever been a time in hip hop you will lose so many people so frequently. And it just seems like every couple of weeks now we lose a new rapper or somebody in the entertainment business to gunfire and stuff. It's weird.
And especially when you look at like SoundCloud rap / like a lot of the up and coming rappers that I've interviewed, like I could easily name like 10 plus rappers that were big parts of No Jumper becoming a thing that are gone. And there's a lot of different reasons, because, you know, you could take a look at somebody like 6ix9ine who's like gone, but like he didn't get shot or killed. He just kind of ruined his reputation as an artist. You could, you know, a ton of different artists that lost a lot of drugs, violence, etc. You know, you got Lil Pump. He's a MAGA guy now. That changed up a little bit. But I mean, you know, it's just pretty unbelievable to see like how much, I don't know if I want to call it bad luck, but, you know, inevitably bad outcomes basically have come from such a short period of hip hop. I mean, if there's anything, yo, if I signed artists right now, I would be terrified. I would be on my toes like, yo, you gotta, like, the drug thing scares the shit out of me, the violence, like, you gotta stay in the house and you gotta stay off of drugs. That would be my number 1 and number 2 pieces of advice to any up and coming rapper at this point.
And don't do things for clout either. That's the biggest drug of all.
Next story. Jack Harlow and Russ's crews got into a quick brawl during a basketball tournament. Both Jack Harlow and Russ led teams in the Crew League, a celebrity basketball tournament over the weekend. 8 teams battled on the court to claim a $100,000 grand prize. Other team captains included Sway Lee, Lil Mosey, Trippie Redd, and Lil Durk. For this round, Russ's crew squared off with Jack Harlow's. In the clip that's currently making the social media rounds, Jack Harlow advanced to stop a layup and hits the shooter with a hard foul. The situation then escalated escalates into a bit of a scuffle, prompting both teams to quickly empty their benches to run onto the court and eventually break up the fight. You can't see Russ too well in the scuffle video, but he later commented that everything was all good in competitive nature. I wasn't even in this, LOL. Y'all doing the most over nothing. Jack fouled one of my teammates and they got into it for 3 seconds. Regular basketball-ish, LOL, SMH.
Next story. Streams of YG's and Nipsey Hussle's FDT rose over 300% on U.S. Election Day and is up 740% in sales after Joe Biden had defeated Donald Trump in the 2020 presidential election. The song was released when Trump was running to become the Republican Party's presidential candidate in 2016. 4 years later, and the song is back in the headlines, jumping to #1 on Apple Music. According to Nielsen Music, MRC data via Billboard, the song saw a massive increase in sales and streams since the election day. People have been playing FDT outside of the White House and at rallies all across the country in celebration. The song even found its way onto CNN. YG took to social media to celebrate Trump's defeat, and his song Resurgence tweeting, "Fuck Donald Trump," following up with, "I know Nipsey Hussle going crip crazy right now."
So let me ask you this, as a POC, how you feeling about having Joe Biden in office?
Hey man, as long as he does a good job, then I'm cool with it.
Okay, but you're bumping Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump. Are you here blasting that?
I've been blasting that, but I'm glad that the resurgence came. That's dope, because when I seen John Legend and Chrissy Teigen banging that,
really,
yeah, they was banging that. They was banging that shit. I said, yeah, this shit's about to be something else again.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, if you want to piss off a Trump supporter, that is the first song, and sometimes the only song that would come to mind if you want to piss them off, honestly.
Yeah.
Who else got a song like that?
And the song became more legendary once Nip passed, too, because then the song became even more of like a piece of history, don't you think?
Come on, man. This song is going to go down in the history books. West Coast for the win, as always.
It's always weird, like in the past when I've been at like a Rolling Loud type situation, and you know, it's like you have 50,000 people, 100,000 people, however many people are Rolling Loud, and yes, you can tell that the vast majority of them are anti-Trump, but you could feel it in the air that there's some MAGA people around you, and you don't know who because they left their MAGA hats at home, but you could feel it. And I remember there was even that one viral clip of YG, and he brought like a fan on stage, and what was it? He wouldn't say "fuck Donald Trump," or I forget what it was exactly. But that,
I know you're talking about.
I mean, that is like a weird moment where you realize like there's 100,000 people in here. It might be 10% Donald Trump supporters, it might be 15%, but it's not zero. So, I mean, it's hard times out here. They're still struggling to try to not admit defeat in this election.
You know, it's crazy because I went to my homeboy. You met him before, my white homie. I went to his house for his birthday, and he has the Trump "Make America Great Again" thing in front of his house. I walk in his house for his birthday. He has a cutout of Donald Trump with a MAGA hat.
These are the kind of white people you're hanging out with when you're not hanging out with me?
That's my homie, man. Hey, his political views is not, it doesn't mess up our relationship.
I guess it's nice that you're that open-minded, but definitely I'm going to have to hire a private investigator to check AD out. I think AD might have some ties to the Klan. I don't know about this guy all of a sudden. I'm like,
hey,
this explains so much.
Hey, but I walk in the house and I'm like, he lost, right?
Yeah.
He's like, can't wait to move to Iowa or something. Now he says something like that. Something he said.
Pretty sure that Donald Trump's
remember.
still in charge in Iowa for now, too. Okay, YouTube. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please do us a favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll be back real soon.